I've been sued. Can my wages be garnished? I'm Steve Kramer. I'm a Florida bankruptcy and foreclosure attorney. And today we're going to be talking about garnishment. The answer is maybe. If you've been sued and a judgment gets entered against you, then your wages may be garnished. There are exemptions. For example, if you're a head of household in the state of Florida and you earn a certain income, then you may be exempt from garnishment. And there are other exceptions. However, you may have signed a document that might have waived your right to an exemption from garnishment. In either case, if there's an exemption, you've got to raise that defense. If your bank is served with a garnishment, then you've got to file a response and show the court why a garnishment shouldn't be entered against you. And that's when it's probably a good idea to talk to an attorney, because the laws on garnishment are very specific and the exemptions are very specific. And when you're talking about 20% of your wages being garnished, it's a worthwhile endeavor to sit down with an attorney and look at the options. Here's a couple other reasons to get a lawyer. For one, if there was some kind of default, and that's where you don't answer the lawsuit and you lose automatically. All right? If there's a default against you, if you hire a lawyer, you might be able to get that default set aside. If the judgment was just entered, you might be able to file an appeal and appeal that judgment. If you've got a garnishment against you and you're looking at overwhelming debt, or you're experiencing harassment by creditors, you might want to consider filing a bankruptcy. Or if you've just been served with a lawsuit, you might want to go ahead and defend the case. And if you've got a garnishment, it's a good idea to sit down with the attorney so we can find out if there are any exemptions, because it's not a fun experience to have your wages garnished. And there's also an opportunity to garnish your assets, to lien your property, to take your bank accounts. These are all things that can happen if a judgment's entered against you. And this is in any type of lawsuit, because remember, a foreclosure, the bank isn't suing to take away your house. They are suing you for money. You owed them on a loan, they claimed you defaulted, and now they're suing you because they want to get paid, and they're suing you for money. And at the end, if they get a judgment against you, they're going to try to get what's called a deficiency. And a deficiency is the difference between what your house is worth and what you owe on that house to the bank. And that difference is what they're going to try to collect from you. And if you've been sued for anything else, the same thing applies. The plaintiff is looking for money, and it's a good idea to get an attorney to look at the options. I'm telling you this because I deal with these situations every day, and I'd be glad to talk with you. If you have any questions, contact me at the number below. I'd love to talk with you soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Kramer.